Drop 2 voicings. You've probably heard of these before, but speaking for myself, understanding of what makes a drop 2 chord eluded me for a while. And now that I know what it is, part of me feels like it's just over-categorizing things. When I first came across the term, I thought it was some kind of fancy chord quality like a major chord over its ninth or something. But it actually just refers to a specific manner of voicing a chord. By voicing, I mean how you've stacked the notes up. A D major 7 chord is the notes D, F sharp, A, and C sharp, but you don't have to stack them D, F sharp, A, and C sharp. You can stack them however you want. No matter how you do it, you're still producing a D major 7 chord. Drop 2 refers to a specific method of voicing chords. It's especially useful on the guitar when voicing any type of 7th chord. D major 7 in its most vanilla form sounds like this. This is fine to play on the piano, but voicing chords this way on the guitar is not very easy. It usually requires intense stretches. Drop 2 voicings are a way of mitigating this difficulty with the added benefit of sounding really good. If I take this D major 7 chord and I number the voices from highest to lowest as 1, 2, 3, 4, I can make a drop 2 voicing by taking voice number 2 and dropping it by an octave. Now instead of this, I have this. The rub here is that now my D major 7 isn't in root position anymore, it's in second inversion. That means the 5th of the chord is in the bass. That may not always be what you want. What if I take this original close voicing and rearrange it so it's in second inversion from the start? Now if I label my voices again and drop the 2 voice, I end up with a drop 2 voicing that is in root position. This voicing is probably familiar to you. It's this common movable major 7 chord shape on the middle strings. It's a drop 2 voicing. It's a lot easier to play than this. Or this. These stacked thirds voicings aren't too horrible for major 7 chords, but they can get pretty rough for minor 7 chords, as you can see. No thanks. You can work drop 2 voicings all around the neck in different inversions too. As you'd expect, some are easier than others. Here's that D major 7 in all its inversions as drop 2 voicings on the middle strings. You can do this with any 7th chord, and it's great to know how to arrive at these things. There's also drop 3 voicings, which are pretty useful as well. It's the same idea as drop 2 voicings, except you're dropping voice 3. Then you get voicings like this. Beautiful. Voicings like this are really great to be able to tap into, especially when you're considering your voice leading as you go from one chord to another. If you can keep all the chords of a song in one part of the neck, you'll often end up producing something that's a lot more evocative than shifting the same voicing all around. Here's an example with all the typical E and A shaped bar chords. Here it is again, keeping everything in one general position while tapping into some more of these drop 2 and drop 3 voicings. I find that to be a lot more musically satisfying. So the takeaway here is that versing yourself in fretboard harmony, while not an easy task, is well worth it. It really opens up the fretboard and gets you thinking more about the music and less about plopping shapes down. So as always, have fun exploring, and I will see you next time.